Hello and welcome to A Quest for Metal. Today we are ranking Mastodon's albums, and I've never done this one before. I'm super excited because Mastodons are one of my favourite bands. I've seen them live fucking 7 times. I've seen them at Reading, I've seen them at Download loads of times. I saw them at, I think it was at Sonosphere once. I've seen them at their own gigs. I've seen them a lot. I've seen Mastodon a lot, and they always deliver. And I think they're getting better and better, live-wise. They're getting better and better. Album-wise, we'll find out. But we're going to do it a bit differently. There's not going to be a tier list. I'm just going to rank the albums because there's only a couple. You know, if there's a lot of albums, it's good for a tier list. If there's only a couple, there's only 7 Mastodon albums, so it's kind of... Yeah, I don't really hate any Mastodon albums. It wouldn't work. It wouldn't work having a tier list. So I'm going to scrap that, and we're just going to rank them, which may trigger more people because then something has to be last and something has to be second to last. But just to let you know, all these albums are fantastic. I like every single one. The last one is just the one that I like the least. Doesn't mean I hate it. Just means I like it the least. So coming in at number 7, the one I like the least is the debut Remission. The artwork's fucking fantastic. Before I get into the music, the artwork is one of the best by Mastodon. A lot of the newer ones I'm not a big fan of. It's too colourful. This one, very eerie. But yeah, art aside, let's get into the actual artistry, the music. This has some killer tunes on, some tunes that I still play to this day, and I still love. One of them being March of the Fire Ants, which is underrated as hell. I mean, go listen to that right now. After this fucking video, go listen to the March of the Fire Ant because it is crushing. It is crushing, and it delivers those riffs and that harsh, raspy kind of vocals. It just makes the song just miles high. Also, you got Mother Puncher on this one, another great one as well. And of course, Crusher Destroyer. So there's so many standout tracks on this album. It kind of pains me to put it last. It does pain me to put it last because I do really enjoy this album. It's just, compared to the others, it lacks. It lacks more. You know what I mean? It has what it has, and that's great. But I want more. A lot of the other albums have more standouts to me, personally, because this is a personal list. But this one is still fantastic, and I still give this one like a 7.5 out of 10. So I'd give Remission a 7.5, because I still love it, and I still listen to it to this day. Coming in at number 6, we have Once More Round the Sun. That's a later album, second to last album, which came out, and, you know, to be honest, I didn't like this. When I first listened to this, I didn't like it. And I liked every Mastodon album up until this one. And then I kind of fell off, and I was kind of like, it's a bit too weird. It's a bit too fucking weird. But I've eventually grown to enjoy it. I've grown to enjoy it. And some of the songs are just fun. This is a fun album. Some of the songs are really fun. I mean, High Road is a great sing-along song. The Motherload, have you seen the YouTube video? Best Mastodon YouTube video. Love this song to bits. Once More Round the Sun is catchy. Asleep in the Deep is one of the best ones on the album. And also Ember City. There's a lot of good songs on this album. And there's a couple standouts. But that's where I'm going to draw the line. There's a couple standouts and a lot of good songs. But there's no, amazing songs on it, in my opinion. There's no amazing songs on this album. The Motherload and High Roads... Asleep in the Deep's probably the one that I'd pick, to be honest. Or Motherload. The rest didn't really grab me as much as the other songs on the other albums. That's the truth. That's the honest truth. And I do like it a lot more than I did, which is why it's higher than Remission. But it's not the best. I prefer all the other albums, so let's move that out of the way and get to the next one. Next up, the latest one, Emperor of Sand. I much prefer this. When I listened to this, straight away, I was hooked. So that's more I could say about Once More Around the Sun. It's a similar sounding album to Once More Around the Sun, but I think it's a lot less wacky than Once More Around the Sun. It's a lot less wacky than, is it The Hunter? I think it's The Hunter. We'll get to that soon. But it is a lot less wacky, but the songs, I think, deliver more than Once More Around the Sun. In my opinion, the songs deliver more. Precious Stones, Steam Breather, and my favourite song on the album, Jaguar God, which is a fucking classic. It's one of the best Mastodon songs. I love how proggy that song is. I love the acoustic sections. Yeah, Jaguar God instantly elevates this album to better than Once More Under the Sun because of that fucking song. Show Yourself is really fun as well. This album is a great album. I do love it. It is probably, I didn't score the last one, but this one, I'd say is an 8 out of 10. The last one, 7.5, same as Remission, I'd say. This one's definitely an 8. This one is a step above, in my opinion, but doesn't quite reach the greatness of some of the other albums. So, yeah, love Jaguar God, love Show Yourself, Precious Stones, loads of good shit. So let's move on to the next one. So the next one we have is The Hunter. Now, I'm going to call this album the Catchy album because all the songs on this is catchy as all hell. Black Tongue, Curl of the Burl. It's just the curl of the burl. Come on, too good, too good. And the amount of weirdness in this album, from the cover, you knew what you were getting yourself into. You knew it. You knew it. It was going to be a weird ride. The octopus has no friends. What? Blasteroid? And one of my favourites, The Creature Lives. Talk about a creature from the swamp. I mean, this album has so many weird and wacky songs on, but I actually think they're catchy as hell, and they get stuck in my head compared to some of the later albums I talked about. The songs get stuck in my head. The Sparrow Flies, come on. The Sparrow is an amazing song. Drybone Valley's super trippy and amazing, but The Creature Lives is my favourite. The Creature Lives is just a fantastic song from this album, and I love it to bits. And if you've never heard it, go listen to it. It's so strange, but like it's a nice story, and I love it when songs tell stories. And this album has a lot of them. A lot of them, Black Tongue being an amazing one. So yeah, this album is weird, wacky, and wonderful, which is why I love it. Next up, a shocker. It's Leviathan. This is some people's favourite. It's one of my favourites. I mean, I'd give this one a solid 9 out of 10. It's a great album. But I prefer Blood Mountain to it just a teeny tiny bit more. But we'll talk about Leviathan now. This is what made them big. This made Mastodon big. And it's for a reason. Because it's fucking amazing. I mean, the first song, Blood and Thunder, is my favourite Mastodon song. It's the best. Harpoons thrust in the sky! Oh, come on. When you see the white whale, I love me some whale music. I love Ahab. I love Giant Squid. I love all these kind of the ocean, all these kind of bands. And this came out like I was just like, yes, whalecore, whalecore, flying whales. Whalecore. I'm gonna stop saying whalecore now. It's not just Blood and Thunder though. There is other amazing songs. I Am Ahab, Iron Tusk, Aqua Dementia, Hearts Alive. Too many good songs on this album. It is a classic for a fucking reason. And it deserves to be high. Maybe it should be top, maybe it should be second, but personal preference, I like the other two slightly more. Slightly. So this is where it's going to go in my list, and, still a fucking amazing album. Now, number 2, we were just talking about it. My second favourite, Blood Mountain. Also, I love the artwork on most of these albums. Not the later ones, but like the older ones, like Remission. That one, right there with the fucking deer and the triple heads. It's creepy as hell. And Leviathan's amazing. Easily the best artwork. But yeah, art aside, this album has more songs that I like than Leviathan. The Wolf is Loose is mental. It just starts out like... You're just like, your head's like, it doesn't know what to do. Is it going to break? Is it going to fly off? You don't know. You don't know. Because you're just headbanging too much and you're having too much fun. Because the song is amazing. Crystal Skull. Very tribal. Very fucking cool. Sleeping Giant. Colony of Birchmen. This album has fantastic songs on. Amazing. I think slightly better than Leviathan. Just for me, I'm probably in the minority. Because most people have that as like 10 out of 10. For me, 9 out of 10. Which is still high. But this one is like a 9.5. I love it. All the songs in it, I just love more, which is why it's number 2 on my list. Which only leaves one left, and you all know who it is. It's Crack the Skye. It was on my top 50 albums of all time list, so you know it's going to be here. This is the prog album. It's got the longest songs on, it's the most trippy, the most proggy. the most instrumentally complex. It's the one that kind of puts you on a journey into a spaceship and just sends you off into the abyss. I love it. I'm a big prog fan. I love prog. So, I love it. When it came out, it blew my mind. Blew my mind. The Last Baron. What a journey that is. Oblivion, how trippy and amazing that song is. Divinations. Too many good songs. Every single song on this album is 10 out of 10. This album is 10 out of 10. This is a perfect album. One of my favourites of all time. Has to be top. Easily has to be top. I can see if you don't like prog, if you don't like long songs, if you're a bit, you maybe have ADHD, a bit impatient, you like something fast. I want it fast. Maybe you like the other ones more. Sure, everyone's entitled to their opinions. People like different things, I like prog, I like long stuff. This caters to me. I also like fast stuff. The other stuff caters to me, but I prefer this. If I was going to choose in a death match, this would win. Hands down. So yeah, flawless album. Easily my favourite of all time. Let me know in the comments what your favourite Mastodon album is. Also, let me know what your favourite Mastodon song is, because it's fun to find out what people like the best. And I'm sure, Leviathan's going to be top of most people's lists. Cracked Skye might be as well, because a lot of prog fans. But it'll be interesting to see if anyone has any later albums top. Like, if Hunter was top, or Once More Around the Sun was top, that'll be interesting. So yeah, let me know in the comments below. Hopefully you had a good time, and we'll see you again on another Quest for Metal.